right, Ty. What are we doing? There may be a lot of throat clearing this episode because I woke up with a bit of a scratchy throat.
All right, I have a question.
What? Okay, yeah, what? Yeah.
I have an idea for the intro.
Okay.
Which is, I'm worried that it might be too adjacent. We would never reference, but like, I think that anybody listening might be like, oh, like, would that bother you? Or should I just try it and we see?
Let's just try it.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, Ty, if it feels too much like we're copping some steez that's a little too smelly, I'll do something.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Hello and welcome to Side Character Quest. I am your host and game master named Ty. And with me today, as per usual, is our good buddy.
Hi, my name is Mason, and I am the player of this game in today's episode of Side Character Quest, and the previous few, and possibly the next one. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure to have you here as well.
I was talking to the listener, but it's nice that you're here too, Ty.
I was also talking to the listener. I hate you.
Oh, cool.
Cool. So, when this show was being recorded, months and months and months ago for you, listener, something had just recently happened, and that was that Yahoo had announced the closure of their Yahoo Answers service.
Yes.
And with that in mind, I would like to ask you a couple of quick questions, and Mason, I would like you to answer them for me.
Oh, no. Ty, I was afraid that was what you were gonna do. Okay. Yep, let's do it.
All right.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
Why did angels evolve wings? For what reason?
Why did angels evolve wings?
Uh-huh.
Because, frankly, when they didn't have them, the whole flying and levitating thing just looked off-putting and weird. Because if you read the Bible, the first thing they tried was like an infinite putty made of eyes and goop, and people were like, oh God, that's gross. And so then they're like, oh, we should look like people. But then when you just see someone floating with their back slightly arched and like their limbs dangling, that's not a good look, so they evolved wings to look more impressive. At least that's my understanding.
That's 100% accurate. Next question, real quick.
Oh, do I have to be fast?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be fast. I didn't know what we were doing.
Is there a machine that can cook beans?
There is a machine that can cook beans. It's called the Bean Machine.
All right.
Duh.
How does the movie Twister relate to biology?
That's a very good question. You might be interested to know that a lot of your physiology can become twisted due to high winds, and the whole movie is kind of a metaphor for gastrointestinal distress.
How do I catch this squirrel?
That's a very good question, Ty. And I'm glad you asked. I think it's very important to think about how we catch squirrels these days. It really is a big issue. And as part of my platform, squirrel catching and school funding. And I think it's something we can work together to address as a community. Because change doesn't start with me, it starts with you.
Next question. Vampires are real? Well, are they?
That's not any of your business.
Final question. Where can I be bitten by a werewolf?
Where can't you be bitten by a werewolf? That's a better question. And the answer is on the inside. Oh. At least not the first bite.
And speaking of werewolves, I wonder how our good buddy Billy Blue Tibbs is doing.
This is fucking weird, Ty. What are we doing? Billy Blue, yes, Tibbs. I know where Blue is.
That wasn't a question. That was me rolling into the show.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I couldn't tell what was an off-ramp and what was a fucking Jersey barrier.
Professionals.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I just want to make the quick point. We are not professional. Well, I'm not a professional.
I'm not really professional at anything.
Not at this in particular.
I'm just picturing this whole intro as a Geo Metro that only has 2 of its cylinders working and the gas pedal is stuck down.
You know, Mason.
What?
Sometimes you say words, and I wonder, are you fucking with me, or is that a real word?
Geo Metro?
Geo Metro, what is that?
Really? Oh my God, Geo Metro is a 3-cylinder car. Geo made the Tracker and the Metro. The Tracker was like a tiny little fake toy Jeep, and the Metro was like a little commuting car, and it had 3 cylinders, and they were both pretty terrible.
The air around you is cool, cold, dark.
Wait, we're going with that intro into this?
Yeah, dog.
Okay.
The air around you is cold, dark, and humid. Nope, it's not humid. We've talked about this. Or it's kind of humid. It's wet. It's wet. You got some cold, wet air.
Oh no, I'm in a lung.
Remind me, did you have any sort of light source? Did you have a lantern on you or anything like that?
I hadn't needed one. It hadn't been brought up that I would need one.
Okay. Well, in that
There
case...
were candles, I thought, maybe.
In that case, it's very dark. And...
Joke's on me, I have no spells that cast light.
You have just walked with Threep, with a skeletal companion, down this long ramp into the underground, into this space that has opened up into a cavern of some sorts, but the lighting is so low that it's hard to quite make out what this space around you is like. You can see in this faint glow, you can make out the shapes of a couple of carriages right in front of the ramp, and then you have just, upon rounding the corner of those carriages, come eye to eye with a deer-like thing.
Oh, is this is this the Arcanist?
Threep looks towards the thing.
Talbotton does too, and kind of like gently bows slightly. What's my tummy feeling like?
You're a little hungry.
No, like my emotional tummy. What's it doing? I should probably roll like something, right?
I guess. Are you trying to get like an insight?
Yeah, I want to know if I'm getting the creeps off this.
Okay, roll me an insight, just to sort of.
I mean, aside from the ostensible creeps from just what it is.
Yeah.
Insight into myself is a 13 plus 5, 5, 6, 7, 18.
18. So there, with that, I think you can sense a couple of things looking at this. At least this is your impression. It might not be at 100% accurate, but this is what you can glean from the way you are feeling in response to this creature. You have a sense that it is powerful. You also have a sense that it is static. It is not making any moves towards you. It doesn't appear to be trying to scare you. It doesn't appear to be trying to make you like it. It's just looking at you. It's like when you see a cat on a street corner, that one of those cats that's not gonna run away. You know what I mean?
What a perfect metaphor. What a perfect way to say that. Yep.
Because like it's looking at you and it's like, I know I could fuck you up, but like I don't need to, and I'm not gonna try to run away. I'm just here. Yeah, that's sort of the vibe you get.
So Talbotton sort of bows slightly, not like irreverently or reverently. No reverence or lack thereof, just a very slight inclination, and then straightens up and turns to Threep. Is this the Arcanist then?
Quick reminder for me, are you wearing your hat or no?
No.
Okay.
It's crumpled up in a back
Gotcha.
pocket or backpack.
Threep looks from his eyes have been locked on the thing in the circle, and he looks towards you. Sorry, what did you just ask?
Is this the Arcanist that we are?
No, he looks back towards it again. There's a little bit of confusion in his eyes. No, I need to go talk to... I'm gonna go let them know that you're here, and I'll be right back. Can you just wait out here? I'll go...
Well, wait, hold on. Who is this then?
I don't know what... Listen, I'm just gonna go talk to the Arcanist and get him to answer your questions. That's not my job, you know?
Okay.
Above my pay grade.
Well, I thought protecting this place was like your whole thing, and this is... I turn to the thing. Hello.
Its eyes glowing green and just boring into you, but it does not make any movement or gesture.
And Talbotton shows the creature both palms of his hands just in a gesture of like, I'm not doing anything, and says, "My name is Talbotton, and you look familiar. Not like a familiar, but just you. I feel as though I've seen you somewhere before."
Threep pats you on your shoulder and turns and walks off to the left.
Goodbye, Threep.
Go ahead.
No, I think Talbotton is just sort of like very awkward and very nervous now.
As you walk forward, or you're just standing there?
I'm just standing there, sort of making no sudden movements, as though one was in the presence of a strange wild animal with glowing eyes.
Cool. What are you trying to glean right now?
If it's going to talk to me or not, or if it's just going to look at me.
I think with the insight check that you got earlier, you said it was 18?
Yeah.
I think with that, you can tell that this thing does not appear to be at all responsive to you.
I'm going to cast message, and I point at it and I cast message. Hello, my name is Talbotton, and I think I may have seen you somewhere before. Can you understand me? Message does not transcend languages, by the way.
Yeah. As you cast message, you hear a reverberating like ring, almost like feedback, as you hear your voice like bounced back at you.
Oh. Okay. I take a very gentle step towards it and extend a hand very carefully.
Okay. So it's towards the middle of this room. So
And what I am doing is casting animal friendship.
Interesting. Okay. So I want you to just so you have a better picture of what's going of the space you're in, roll me a perception check.
Okay. That is a 12 plus 3, 15.
So it is you have disadvantage because of how dark it is in here.
Okay.
There is a slight glow in the room, but it's pretty low.
That is a 6 plus 3, 9.
9. Okay, so all you can really get from that, you are in a large, tall roofed stone cavern kind of thing. It appears man-made. There appears to be multiple entrances. Feels kind of symmetrical. There's those carriages I mentioned earlier. And then in the very center of this space, there is this creature standing in a circle.
What is the circle made of? Like, I'm not getting that close, but when you say a circle, do you mean like a drawing or a ring of stones
Gotcha.
or like a glowing line? What is the circle?
Yeah, you can, like, without having to, like, take a closer look or anything like that, you can tell that a lot of the light in the room is coming from the circle. There are lines with, it's a glowing line with glowing symbols written, like, inscribed into it and written around it.
Threep didn't seem to know what this thing was. I mean you no harm. I'm going to come closer and introduce myself. And I'm trying to cast animal friendship just by sort of speaking while very slowly approaching.
Well, tell me exactly what it says.
Probably will fail immediately. This spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range. It must see and hear you. If that beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration of 24 hours. If you or one of your companions harms the target, the spell ends. And a required component is a morsel of food. So I can probably pull like a grape out of my pocket. Canonically, I have a pocket full of grapes.
You don't get any sort of sense of connection with this creature. It doesn't feel like it failed and rejected you. It's just like there appears to be some sort of like something blocking you from connecting to it. Like you aren't even getting a chance to skew its mind.
I want to just I'd stop for a moment and look at the doorway that Threep went through, and then turn back and look at the beast. And I'm just going to roll essentially a coin flip here for
Fun.
Talbotton's decision making. I didn't decide on what the rules were before I looked, and I didn't see what it was. I'm going to say that even is this and odd is other. That is odd. Okay, Talbotton stops walking towards it after doing that, looks back at the doorway that Threep went through, looks back at the beast, and then starts slowly walking backwards towards the doorway Threep went through. And just backs away until he is within that threshold and starts to head in the direction that Threep went.
Gotcha. As you walk in to this direction, there is a narrow, I guess not narrow, but there's a noticeable like hallway where the cavern narrows down and funnels you into another space. This space that you are entering, there is a soft blue glow evident as you approach that doorway, and it just gets brighter as you walk down the hallway.
I want to move as stealthily as I can to see if I overhear anything.
Roll me a stealth check.
Something that I'm surprisingly not bad at. I shouldn't have said any words. That's a 4 + 5, 9.
Also, roll me a perception check.
Oh, beans. 15 + 3, that's 18.
Okay. So you are not very stealthy, but you do hear shit. You obviously can't hear any speech coming from this direction, because, skellies don't talk.
Yeah, I'm kind of assuming, and I realize it's an assumption, that the Arcanist is not a skeleton.
Ooh. Yeah, you don't hear any speech whatsoever, but you do hear a bit of a, low groan. And as you step into this wider space, well, are you going to stop or do anything as you approach? Or does that tell you enough?
I'm still stealthily approaching. I just want to be near someone else other than this beast. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay. As you approach...
I have dark vision. Sorry.
Oh, you have dark vision?
Yeah, Brega Tiefling.
Oh, fun. Okay, well, good to know. Would that have changed anything?
Emotionally.
I mean, that's totally fair. Exiting the hallway, the blue glow has an evident source. In the very center of the room, you see, massive and imposing, the Sending Stone. It is a blue glowing crystal, maybe taller than a man, taller than a human, maybe 7-8 feet tall, and a similar diameter, with faceted sides and vaguely translucent. There's rings of metal around the base of it, and also you see some figures. The most obvious one you recognize right away, Threep, who is wearing that same sort of chain mail from before. You also recognize off to the side another person in chainmail who you assume to be the person that was also up above earlier. Brush was their name. You also see two figures in robes. You assume one of them probably the Arcanist.
What are they doing?
They are having a heated conversation that you cannot hear. All four of them appear to be skeletal, and it appears that when Threep arrived, they were in the middle of preparing something. You see chalk on the ground, you see various implements, foci, that sort of thing, scattered about. There's a workspace, a table with a workspace, and a few sheets of parchment, that sort of thing.
And I can glean that this discussion is heated from their body language.
Yes. And also, I will say that at least one of them has looked in your direction because you did so low on that stealth check.
Yeah, I think I just sort of wave very helplessly.
As you do that, the Arcanist, who had been pointing very ferociously at Threep, very, very vigorously, pauses, and you see their palm open and then their hand slowly fall down to their side as they turn towards you. Hello.
Does he cast message to me?
He does cast message to you.
Oh, hello.
Who do I have the pleasure of meeting?
Oh, hello. My name is Talbotton, H.D. Talbotton. I was escorted down here by Threep to meet with the Arcanist, which I must assume is you.
Yes, Arcanist query. Yes, sorry, Threep, you didn't tell me. Yes, come. Let's.
Well,
what is it that you wish to discuss?
Threep didn't tell you I was here?
No. He, of course, he, good help and all that. He, of course, told me that you were here. I just didn't quite. Roll me an insight check.
Yeah, I would really like to, because what? Of course, I roll absolute horse balls. That's a 9 + 5, so that's 14. These dice are going away.
I think that a 14 is enough because like this is not a difficult thing to gauge. The person was the Arcanist was seemed to be very annoyed, and then their mood shifted dramatically as they took in your appearance.
I think Talbotton sort of clocks this on some level, and casts message and says, "Well, yes, Threep escorted me down here so that I might meet with you, and he had not returned, so I figured I would follow him and seek you out myself."
Well, yes, that's wonderful. I welcome you to our humble abode. How
is everything going?
Quite well. Would you like to join me in a room that's a little more comfortable than this one?
And he starts walking towards you and walking as if trying to sort of usher you out of this space.
Talbotton stands his ground, sensing an opportunity to gain sort of some kind of an advantage in this situation where he is clearly outnumbered, far from his friends, out of spell slots mostly, and says,
Jesus.
"Oh, no, here is fine. I'm perfectly comfortable where I am."
All right. Well,
and he sort of is standing in the doorway of the hall.
You seem perturbed.
No, I just
roll me a perception check.
Okay, am I about to get shot? Oh, that's a 19.
That is great because this person rolled a very low sleight of hand. You notice them point while they're sort of hands are dancing in front of them and they're just sort of gesturing. Notice them point towards behind you, towards one of the other people because they've circled around you so that you're facing away from the center of the room. And you can tell that they have pointed and tried to subtly cast message to one of their companions.
I grin extremely wide and give just sort of a knowing nod, and I step slightly to the side and I look at the person they pointed to and just sort of raise my eyebrows a little bit, and then I turn back to Query.
As you turn to look towards the person behind you, you see that the person in robes, you see them starting to pull a wand out of their pocket.
I wouldn't. I cast message at them. I think it's a weird play, but I cast Goodberry, and I think it sprouts from the antlers that have started, growing more rapidly from the top of his head, and I think they flower slightly, and berries appear, and Talbotton takes one and pops it into his mouth and says, "I wouldn't." Berry? And then offers a berry to the one who is going to pull out a wand.
That's intimidation check, right?
I think that's either intimidation or performance or persuasion. It's a weird play.
I feel like it's intimidation.
Okay.
In this case.
Do I get advantage because I went for a bigger sort of I gave myself a mechanism other than my own voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to say yes.
No, I would have given you that.
Okay. I really needed it because one of those was a 2, and that's a 15 plus 6, 21.
1 second, I'm going to contest that. they roll.
Ty, what happened?
They rolled a 0.
How?
Negative modifier.
Oh no.
Yeah. So as you've turned and gestured, held out your hand with this berry to this person, you see them like freeze almost, and then put the wand back in their pocket and hold up their hands.
I say, "Oh no need to be afraid," and I toss a berry in their direction.
It hits their chest and falls to the ground. They have not moved. They got a 0.
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be like that. Query.
Yes.
I think I asked you how it was going.
Well.
Question.
Yes.
Are you trying to bluff this person into thinking they know more, that you know more about what they know? Is that the play here, that you're trying to be like, I know the situation.
Yes, I think I'm trying to play off that I'm some kind of a weird deity or being he wasn't expecting, or some kind of an expert. Something that has crept up.
I fucking love that.
I have nothing but my words right now.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you how many spell slots I have because it's embarrassing. I have 2 first level spell slots and very few useful first level spells.
Gotcha.
And I have less than half of my hit points. So all I've got right now, Ty, are my chops as an actor, as Talbotton.
I fucking love this. This is good play. All right.
Let me find the voice. So I do my stuffy British voice, and then I raise it up.
Oh, I did eat a berry, so I get 1 HP.
Lovely. How are you alive? How did you manage this?
I asked you, Query, how you think it's going.
Yes,
As he starts blustering, I walk past him with my hands folded behind my back and walk over to look at the crystal, and then just sort of turn and look at him expectantly while he's beginning his sentence.
It's going well enough, but
They shuffle quickly towards you and stop at your heels.
I've been doing my best to prepare, to secure. I wasn't
You weren't expecting what, exactly?
How? I didn't think that any of you had survived.
Well, the world is just full of little surprises, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose. Did you wake up with us, or did you?
The entire time.
He places his hand against a wall. Against the wall.
The
years have changed me, Query.
I don't even know what to ask.
I don't even know what to ask. I'm so thrown by this decision that I am trying to figure out what his character would do in this moment. Because I was so not expecting this.
Oh, well, last ditch attempt to survive, right? I am also incredibly nervous.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel, and I think you would be justified in doing this, that I, Mason, as a player, need to make sure I say the right things and not say something really dumb that trips up suspicion. So I'm trying my best to lean on whatever Talbotton has for improv chops, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. Talbotton cuts him off and says, "When did you wake?" You said you all woke up at the same time?
Yes, we all woke up. It would have been
some amount of time that lines up with roughly a little bit before Roderick's first episode.
We woke up some time ago, but where were you grown? Were you?
Go ahead.
Talbotton, to buy time for thinking, feigns as though he's in a bit of an emotional moment when asked this question, and sort of breaks the upright posture he was holding, and kind of clenches and unclenches his hands and just sort of looks down and just says, "I don't know. Query, I said the years have changed me, and I think it's my mind is not what it was.
Roll me a...
It's all a fade.
I think that's going to be a deception.
Yeah.
This is kind of going on the whole thing. And
can I swing it slightly towards performance by having Talbotton try and act as though he's on the verge of tears, going into a spiel of I don't know if what I traded was worth it.
Okay. I will allow a performance.
My loved ones.
I will allow a performance. Yeah.
Okay. It only gets me one more than it would for deceptions.
On their insight, they have gotten an 18. What did you get?
An 18.
I think I generally give ties to the player.
Do you?
Yes, I genuinely do.
Okay.
If Mason still doubts me in the future, Eli, tell him that I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
Or Mallory. You guys have both played with me enough. So he has bought into what you are saying here, at least for the time being, but barely. he's bought into your performance, not necessarily into what you are saying, because he hasn't questioned that yet, which gives me room to still potentially question that.
Yes, and I think Talbotton says, do you have any idea how long it has been?
Seeing you break for a moment, seeing you like step back and show this emotion, Query places a hand on your shoulder.
Talbotton places his hand over Query's hand.
Take a moment. I understand that you've been by yourself for so long. This must have been so hard.
I've been awake the whole time. I spent years just wandering.
It worked. I know this must be so hard for you, but this is when we saw
at what cost, Query?
When we saw the stag and saw how our magic had changed him and made him monstrous, I felt like our efforts must have all been failures, but to know that somewhere someone was able to create you, make it work. It's good. It fills me with hope, and I hope that hope can
not good, Query. Look at me. And look at me alone. For longer than any person should have to endure, alone. Outcast. Is that a victory? Is that success?
I suppose not, but tell me, have we at least kept out his armies? Have we at least protected everyone?
Yes. The wall, the roof, the ceiling, the barrier has held for as long as it needed to. At present, there are some cracks, but in the moment where it needed to stand the test, it did admirably. And we may have been wrong.
I feel like you just gave the most information that you've given. And in this moment, I'm going to want... he is going to roll an insight versus a deception on your part.
Okay. That is a 21.
That's a fucking 19.
Oh my God, these are so close. It's killing me.
Okay.
It's killing me.
All right. So I want you in this moment.
I have something.
Okay, go for it.
Talbotton turns to face Query directly and sort of walks forward, trying to, I don't know if the height thing works out, but like trying to tower over him sort of.
He's shorter than you.
And says, we were wrong, Query. The longer I've been out here alone, the longer I've had time to think about it, we were wrong. It wasn't our intentions, but it was our actions. Some things need to happen. Some painful, terrible, unpleasant things need to happen in order to allow better things to follow, and we were wrong.
No, that is not... No.
Look at you. Look at yourself. I turn to Threep, and I say, Threep, through message, of course.
Yeah.
Threep, think to when we were talking, when we met upstairs, when you saw how I see you.
And while you guys have been having this conversation, as you turn to look at Threep, you realize that no one has heard your side of the conversation.
Oh, right.
They've only heard what he's been saying. But Threep, looking at you, looks at his hand, and then looks back, makes eye contact with you, and doesn't know what to say.
And I turn to Query, and just really playing the, trying to keep sort of the roller coaster of emotions going to keep him from asking too many more questions.
Keep him on edge.
Just immediately switch back to the, like, empathizing thing, and, like, just walk up to him sort of, like, pleadingly, and just say, like, I don't want you to go through what I went through, and I don't think in your state, do you see yourself the way you are? You are not fit to be welcomed back wholesale.
We are trying to fix it. We are all so close. We have people throughout the network, throughout the underground, working to seize control of all of the sending stones, to prepare to do it right. And I think that this time we can truly make
To
this
do it
work.
right by who, Query? By ourselves?
To make it work for me, for you, for your family. I don't know who you are, but surely you did this you agreed to this for someone. You agreed to this to help your mother, to help your children, to help your friends. And if we
I was wrong.
If we don't find
Query.
You were wrong. Are you going to tell me that?
Do you remember what happened when you awoke? Do you remember the moment?
I don't remember the moment. I remember going about my life the same way, over and over, a loop, unbroken, just living day to day as if nothing had changed, until I remember just a single misstep. I remember slipping on a stairway, falling and landing on a broomstick. I remember that broomstick sticking straight through my rib cage, as if there was nothing there. And I remember looking and realizing that's because there was nothing there. Realizing what I am now. And in that moment, I knew that we had made a mistake, that we had done it wrong. And I knew that we had to fix it.
And the way we fix it...
That's why we're here.
Query. The way we fix it...
Why are you here, if not to help?
I've been trying to find... Not you specifically, but I've been trying to find my way back. And the way... I have encountered few, and very few as reasonable. You at least understand that a mistake was made, but the answer is not in rising up to seize control. There is a better way. I have made a single, solitary ally who understands what we have gone through.
Yes?
Who can help us without another war, without inciting any more deities to come against us, without causing any more chaos. I have made an ally, but I don't want to introduce them to the wrong person. So I'm looking for the right person.
This is a persuasion check time, right?
I think so.
Like, there's no other way around that, right?
I think so. And Talbotton has been talking so far out of his ass.
Yeah. You have really done a good job, because I know you don't know what the fuck is going on.
I Mason don't know anything, and I've been praying that I'm choosing my words in a way that can be interpreted correctly.
Yeah, like, you're doing a very good job, because I can't tell how much you have pieced together.
Very little, honestly.
Because it seems like the things you were saying feel correct for the person you are pretending to be.
Thank God. Okay. So my IRL persuasion check's been all right, I guess.
That's why I haven't had you roll.
I'm rolling it now because I feel like this is sort of the crux.
Yeah.
Because this is when Talbotton has formulated at least part of a plan.
Yeah.
And here it is. I rolled it onto my keyboard and it was completely vertical and cocked. It's going in the bowl. That is a 16 plus 9, so that is a 25.
Jeez, I'm gonna roll, but there's no way he's gonna beat that unless he gets a crit 20.
That is my one skill that I have. I don't even think you can read that. A plus 9 in.
He got a 19.
Oh, man. And the thing is, he's competent. He could have found me out.
Yeah.
All of these have been close.
God, he has been. You have been like dancing on the knife's edge. Like, this has been.
This has been combat, but only with words.
Yes. Oh boy, I've also been dancing around this voice.
Fine. The least I can do after everything you must have been through.
You have.
I can meet with whoever this is.
Okay. His name is Father Pard. He is like me, but he is not like us. And you have there is no way you have not noticed my appearance. He is like me, but he is not like us. And he is the only one who understands. He is wise, and he needs, what he is looking for is someone who can communicate readily and help facilitate bringing us into an integration with how things are currently and setting things right as they can be after everything that has ensued. And he can be on the other end of that sending stone, if you would like to speak with him. I think that we could get him on there because one of the sending stones is in his workplace.
They have it, yeah.
Yes, I know, Ty. This is me, Talbotton, speaking to you. I'm just trying to be careful with phrasing.
Fair.
We could probably get him on the other end of the sending stone before we have to arrange anything more major. But this is our chance, but you understand why it takes the right person, Query.
This is the fucking magic of actual play podcasts. This is the magic of like just tabletop role-playing games and everything in general, because this is a fucking direction that I never in a million years expected you to go.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
And I mean, maybe this is me being a fucking idiot because I've done that before where like everybody else has said like, oh, obviously the player's going to do this. But like Ty, did not see this coming.
Well, frankly, I still have more questions than answers, but this is what feels right in the moment.
Ask me later. I'm going to write this down, but ask me after we finish the episode what I thought was going to happen here.
I wrote the word what in my dice tray with a pencil.
So, oh boy. Okay. Query looks over your shoulder towards the rest of the group, and you see his jaw moving as he speaks a language that you can't hear to the rest of the room. You turn to where he's gesturing and see the rest of the figures in the room nodding their heads, stepping aside. The other person in robes moves towards the stone and starts rapidly adjusting various symbols in the metalwork.
Yes, I think...
Oh.
Go ahead.
Something quite important has just occurred to me.
Yes.
I have been accompanied by two accomplices who are not quite aware of who I am, and there was an accidental confrontation upstairs in which somebody lost their life. And I fear that they may come plunging down here in an effort to rescue me. I had attempted to stall them upstairs while I ascertained what was going on. Let's just make sure nobody's by the doorway, okay? And I want to stay inside of the doorway. I just realized this could get dangerous.
So you're saying that your companions may come down here with guns a-blazing?
One of them is quite foolhardy, and one of them we kind of picked up on the way, but they both mean very well. I just have not filled them in for what I assume are obvious reasons. So,
yes, of course.
In case that happens, I wanted to just let you know and not to harm them, and I will communicate with them if that happens. Of course. Didn't want to forget. One of them is preparing a grave so that we can have a proper burial for our fallen friend.
Of course. If you trust them well enough, then of course we can...
I just want you to be aware.
Yes.
Once I have a chance to speak with them, everything will be fine, but...
I'm just trying... I don't know. I understand why you said that, but I also don't know how this person would respond to that.
Yeah, I know. Like, here's your. It'd be like if your long lost twin showed up and like met you at a bar and you were getting along. You're like, oh my god, I haven't seen you ever. And then they were like, also, my friend outside with a gun might come in and shoot you.
I mean, I feel like what they're thinking in their mind is, do I need to like put up like a chest of drawers in front of this door so that the person doesn't come busting fucking through? Or like what?
Okay,
I feel like that is what they're thinking, but I don't know how you would ask that.
I think Talbotton has realized that he's stepped into an awkward sort of zone of conversation and says, you understand the importance of having protection when traveling, and I was dispatched with this person from Father Pard's help. However, this person has not been fully brought into the loop for very important, obvious reasons. They do not mean any harm, and they understand, I believe, that you do not mean any harm, but I just wanted you to be aware that I'm not traveling alone currently.
I understand. Here, I'll just make sure that we are not interrupted.
And he holds a hand up over the hallway, and you see a shimmer as a field forms in front of the doorway.
Brilliant.
If you want to know more about that, feel free to roll an Arcana check. But otherwise, we'll just roll right along. I
think Talbotton is curious. I don't think he's insanely curious, but I think he would just, if he knows it, he'd want to know it.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. It's a 6.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck this is. Come on, Mason, get your act together.
It's a stopping field.
It's a stopping field. And with that, the Arcanist query starts walking towards the center of the room, where the sending stone is.
I follow.
Roll me a perception check.
17 plus 3, 20, not natural.
So you, now in this instance, when you are not terrified, when you have a better sense of the people in this space, you feel a little bit more comfortable to look around. Or maybe you're more on guard. I don't know what's going on in your head.
Talbotton's head is absolutely spinning.
Yes.
As to what is going to happen next.
But regardless, you take a better look around at the room that you are in. As you two walk to the sending stone to try to contact Father Pard, you walk by that circle that was drawn in chalk on the ground that you had noticed when you first walked into the room. And because of how it is positioned with the work table, it is covered in shadows. And so you didn't notice at first the dried up husk of a corpse laying in the center of it.
Oh, no.
And Query's just going to keep walking you straight by this if you don't comment on it.
I stop and clear my throat.
Yes.
Query.
Yes?
Quick aside, before we call Pard, who was this? I gesture towards the corpse.
When we first arrived here and found what the druid had been doing, well, he had made short work of a lot of the locals. And, well, we cannot waste any resource thrust upon us.
Fair point. I understand.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, you bring up a good point. I was not aware of what happened to this town because I have been traveling for a long time. And when I came upon this place, it was in its state. And you mentioned the druid. Did you encounter the druid?
Ooh.
Did I fall into a trap? I don't like this at all. What did I do, Ty?
Oh, insight fucking check on this guy's part. Roll. I don't know what this would be because you're not intentionally deceiving this person. I would say this would be a performance, right?
Okay. Can you use an inspiration point to not say a thing you said? No, I'm just kidding.
All right, they rolled a 16.
I rolled a 16 plus 7.
Okay.
I did say, too, that my memory had been all messed up from what had happened to me. So...
Yeah.
Well, you really are having some trouble, aren't you? The druid was right outside.
Talbotton, I think... His face breaks out into genuine...
Wait.
Talbotton thinks the deer is the druid.
Can I give a quick retcon to what I just said?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The other druid is right outside.
Talbotton's face opens to an expression of genuine realization.
Wait.
Oh, are you retconning more?
Can I retcon one last time? Because I just thought of a better way to refer to this.
Every time you do, it gets more exciting, so sure.
The druidic focus is right outside. The other druidic focus is right outside.
Talbotton's face is one of genuine shock and, trying to put things together for a split second before he tries to play his expression off as just further confusion. And he starts blinking and then looks at Query with... He tries to look at Query with a moment of clarity and make it appear as though that then fades back into confusion to try and sell the idea that he doesn't know.
You didn't understand what had happened to everyone else that we had tried the ritual on, did you?
No, my head. What happened?
I'm sorry, but they were turned to some sort of...
Witless?
No, they were... What? Why Witless?
I don't actually say that. This is not the time. Talbotton is not making jokes right now.
Yeah.
The ritual did not...
We're hitting story points that I was not expecting us to get to. And so I'm just not prepared for how to talk about them. Okay.
The poor creature that you saw when you came down here was a druidic focus like yourself. A guardian.
And the others?
I don't know.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I have any idea of a thread I could pull on to get him to dish more?
Yeah.
If I know anything about druidic magic, I guess would be what I'm rolling.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about Arcana. That's a 9.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, a focus is a thing that is used to harness and direct magic, whereas the point magic is excreted. He also said something about guardian. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Druidic tends to have to do with nature stuff.
Yeah. So he knows as much as Mason does.
Yeah.
And when you attempted the ritual, they turned to these husks?
No, they... Oh, you mean this here?
Yeah, you did not cause all of the husks?
No, the focus, he created all of these when he awoke and found these people disturbing the sending stone.
Oh.
He wanted to protect it, and,
I see that he may have made a deeper sacrifice than even I did.
Yes.
I at least... Ooh.
But you'll be happy to know that where there is sacrifice, we can find use.
Query gestures towards the crystal stone necklace hanging on the neck of the husk of the Wetless.
Is that a fragment of the stone?
Yes, it is.
Does it work in that fashion?
Yes, we can use it to transmit many, as you would imagine, it can be used to transmit many magical forces over great distances, and...
Query, you absolute brilliant genius.
Well, yes.
Does that... Query, that is... I don't know if you realize this, but that is the key to our success of being hailed as... not saviors isn't the right word, but bringers of the future, of better times. Despite how we are perceived by others, this is a breakthrough on a scale that will have an impact that can unify everyone. Do you understand the implications of what you've discovered? More than just for us.
I want you to roll me another performance check because I am not sure whether he would see through. I think he might see through your bullshit and know that you don't know what he has been on the razor's edge with you this whole time, you know?
Oh, but me trying to convince him to use that for others is the thing that I don't know why. Because again, but this is showing a point where this proves that I don't know what I'm playing with.
Good fucking luck, Mason.
19 plus 7, 26. I'm going to use an inspiration point.
Good fucking luck.
Inspiration point to make us both re-roll that interaction? How does inspiration work?
Inspiration gives you advantage.
Okay, so this has to be
Did you see what I rolled?
You rolled a nat 20.
I did roll a nat 20, so good fucking luck.
How do you beat a nat 20? With a nat 20 to get a tie?
Yeah, that's the best you can fucking do.
So I just rolled a 19. And I just rolled a nat 1.
Finish that thought that you had earlier. Finish the statement that there was a moment where you were speaking to him, and you see at some point something that you say clicks, and his mind, you can tell that he is starting to see through what you are saying. There was a pause when you finish that spiel, and then you try to save yourself. And give me the phrase that you say that you think will work, but is just so fucking dumb that it convinces him in this moment, no, never mind, this person's full of shit.
Man, you're making me architect my own destruction.
Yes, I am.
Ty, I was so close to changing SCQ. I think, maybe. I don't know.
You were.
So there's a pause after I say, do you understand the implications of this? This could be huge. Everyone could be united. I don't even know what I could say, because that, to me, isn't something that would piss somebody off. Besides something obvious like slipping up and saying, like, even though you're a bunch of creepy non-talking skeletons and they can't hear you, blah, blah, blah.
I have a proposal.
Okay.
Use like a modern terminology that they would recognize as anachronistic. Oh, but the thing is, you've claimed to have been alive for a long time.
For the whole time.
Oh no, I have it.
Okay. Do you know what this means? We could unify everyone. We need to get on the phone with my brother Pard, and we can speak. We can share with him all of this.
Your brother?
Query, you brilliant. I could kiss you right now.
Your brother? What do you mean?
And I think that's where we're gonna end today.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, damn it, Ty. I am irreversibly broken on the inside. You have no idea how much pain I'm in emotionally that you got a nat 20, because I was this fucking close to saving these goddamn skellies.
You're so fucking close.
And that's all I've wanted since I ever heard Roderick's arc, is I wanted to save these skellies.
It was so close.
Or bring them to something. Oh my god, I'm so upset. Thanks, Ty. Thank you, as always, for creating such a wonderful world.
Oh gosh. Okay, and thank you, Mason, for joining us, and thank you guys all for listening. And if you've been having a good time, catch us next week, and we'll get some more of the Side Character Quest stuff.
Listen to shows on the Scavengers Network like Unnatural 20s, Spooky Spouses, Alabaster's Haberdashery,
Amateurs Detective Club.
Amateur Detective Club is a great one. Historical Hotties.
So many.
Although they're not active, there's so many great episodes of Historical Hotties to look back on.
Huge backlog.
And follow Ty on Twitter at Side Character Quest.
At SCQ Podcast.
Oh, wait, really? I thought you had at Side Character Quest.
Nah, it's too long. Word's too long.
Oh.
All right, well, I think with that, how about we go ahead and pitter-potter on out of here? Pitter-potter.
Ty, I'm fucking skulking out of here, okay?
Oh, skulky.
I'm actually genuinely heartbroken. Like, actually.
Oh, gosh.
Pitter-putter.
Pitter-patter.
Oh, my God.
Thanks to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Find them at thejoydrops.com. You can find us at sidecharacterquest.com, at SCQ Podcast on Twitter, or by email at sidecharacterquest@gmail.com.
The Scavengers Network.
Creator driven,
Community focused.
Treasured content.
Do you wish your life was a little more spooky?
Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Reed.
And I'm Lindsay Reed.
And this is Spooky Spouses, a podcast about ghosts and stuff.
Tall tales.
If you ever want to find out if a psychic is real or not, commit a crime and then go to them and ask about the crime.
Cryptid technology.
That's why we can't find Bigfoot, because they don't have trackers. They don't have these apps that are like, here I am, going to the ice cream store later.
Scary stories.
You know what you're going to do?
What?
Crap your pants.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Numbers in general.
I just hear or see numbers and my brain shuts off.
You can find brand new episodes of Spooky Spouses every week wherever you get your podcasts. Excuse me, part of the Scavengers Network.
This is just gonna all just be bloop stuff.
Glitter in my eyes, glitter in the sky, shining just the way you like. If you want to run away with me, I want you. I'm Lemon Baby. My bigger do. My Bobby Beetle. My digger boot. My eating beetle. Baby bird.
Yeah. I see you tweeting during the show.
I had put that. I didn't realize I didn't hit tweet. It was just sitting up top. And I was going through and closing all my extraneous tabs because I had a ton open from when I was doing that font.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And I saw that, so I did send it. But no, Ty, I was actually being a good guest and closing all my extraneous shit so that I could focus more on the show. Picture in your mind a small table. What color is it, Ty?
It's yellow.
What's it made of, Ty?
It's made of aluminum covered in a acrylic paint.
What kind of texture? Is the paint on thick? Is it on thin and professionally? Was it painted by a child? What is it like?
It is thin paint with a very, very glossy finish.
Is it pristine, unchipped, or is it old and aged?
It clearly was perfect at some point, probably within the last 2 or 3 weeks. It has gotten incredibly heavy use.
Okay, here's the important question. None of that matters. Where is this table? Are you picturing a table in a vacuum, or are you picturing a table in a place?
This picture.
Be honest.
This table is in a room that is airy, very high ceilings. There are white cinder block walls, painted white, very heavy duty paint. There are windows, very broad glass windows, high up the wall, with sort of an industrial feel to them.
And that is what you were picturing this table in at the start of this conversation when I asked you to picture a table?
I'd say within the first 5 or 6 seconds.
Cool. Thank you, Ty.
You're welcome.
I'll catch you next week.
And that
we can make some progress.
Side tables quest.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because I tend to picture things in vacuums.
Oh, interesting.
And I think I'm just unimaginative is what it is.
I've heard those people talk about the different ways of visualizing things, like visualizing like do you when you ask somebody to imagine an apple, like what do you see? Do you see this? Do you see that? Do you see this? And when people ask me that, my answer is I don't see it. I don't see it at all. It's not. I think that I've just proven that I do see the stuff, but the difference is that when I'm trying to see the apple, I am consciously thinking about the sensation of sight.
Interesting.
The sensation of sight, and what imagining seeing an apple is different from sensing seeing an apple.
Right,
And-
imagining an apple.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're not aphantastic, or however that is conjugated, having aphantasia.
I'm a fantastic guy.
Ahaha, that's Ty. Okay, how do we want to? Sorry, I completely ADHD'd my way out of starting the episode, which I think is what you were gearing up to do.
I thought that you were gearing into starting the episode, and
Nope.
then you went a different direction. All right.
I checked the mail upstairs, and then it was full of imagination.
All right.
All right, put your hands up.
right.
Let me hear it. I'm gonna say this doesn't work because the video lag. When I say aplomb, you say aplomb. Aplomb.
Aplomb.
What does that word mean, Ty? I don't know.
I think you mean a plum?
Is that how it's pronounced? Keep clapping. Don't
so.
stop clapping. Keep clapping. Tell me what aplomb means.
Aplum. It means multiple plums.
Oh, cool. I doubt it. Welcome to Side Character Quest. And I don't know. That's probably a shit intro.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Woo! Party time! Good to see you, Dallas.
Ah, all
Dallas
right,
Crawford, front row, right there.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
him.
It's amazing. Hey,
What's up, Dallas?
hey.
How's it going, Dallas?
Mason, I think we're gonna need to tone things down because I just woke up my cat.
Oh no. Dallas, get out. Go.
Oh, man, do you hear those sirens?
Yeah.
I'm very glad that we left we already did the off ramp, and this is all going in the bloops.
Is that what you want to use? You want my question? My answers. I could have done better answers. I feel like my answers were weak.
Oh, they were
Were my
fine.
answers? Were they okay? Okay,
Yeah, they were
good. Yeah. Passable, middling. That's kind of where I'm at in life. There's an article suggested to me by Firefox called The Joy of Being Animal, and I really hope it's about the Muppet. Clicking on it now from aeon.co. Human exceptionalism is dead. For the sake of our own happiness and the planet, we should embrace our true animal nature. Poop on the ground. This is a sad story by Pam Weintraub. It's on aeon.co. And Ty's not back. He's just faking me out. Ty's got a vacuum cleaner in the background of the scene. I'm going to see if I can identify the vacuum cleaner before Ty gets back. He's in the corner of the screen. The vacuum cleaner is white with a purple bag. Ty, can you move over? No, other way. Other way. Other way. Out of the way. The vacuum in the... He's deliberately causing problems. Out. Move. Move over. Move. I want to see the vacuum. The vacuum. Vacuum clean. VACUMCleaner. Hi, Ty. I was signing vacuum cleaner. I don't know the sign for it. I was trying to finger spell VACUUUM.
Oh, wait, oh. I don't know how to spell vacuum. This comes up more often than you'd think in my life.
Interesting. Sunshine, neon, rainbows, IPA.
I liked when you could hear your interest suddenly being piqued.
It was.
My sister, by the way, is in either Vermont or New Hampshire right now. Basically
no
the
way.
same.
One's just an oopsie. 3, do you have a torch?
I don't have a torch, but I'm sure and he looks around for a moment and sees a lantern sitting on one of the carriages, and he picks it up, takes a piece of flint out of his pocket, strikes the flint, lights the lantern, and hands it over to you.
Thank you.
No problem. So sorry, man. I'm not sorry, man. That's wrong. He's more professional. I need to go report back to the Arcanist, let him know what we've talked about.
Ty, we ended with me seeing the Arcanist.
Question.
We ended with me seeing a deer
Yes.
thing that I saw in my dreams.
Okay, I'm so intrigued by that statement you just made. But
What the fuck do you mean? You did it.
I know.
You did it. Why are you
get to-
intrigued?
We'll get to that in a moment.
That'd be like me putting on a sock and looking at my foot and being like, wow, how did that happen?
Remind me why you, like, what you told. This is not for the show. This is just for me. Remind me what you told. Fuck, we should have done just like a recap.
Hey, Ty, do you want to just...
Okay. Quick question. I missed this when you said it. What is it that you were that Threep thinks that you are going to talk to the Arcanist about?
What's going on?
Okay. So he just thinks that you want to talk to this person, just have like a fuller understanding, and he just thinks like, okay, you're not a dangerous person. This person can fill you into a better whatever.
I asked Threep like what the last thing they remembered was, and they said marching through the tunnels at the orders of the Arcanist. And so I said, well, who's this Arcanist, and when like why are you serving them or whatever? And Threep was like, well, let's go talk to him.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Beautiful. Thank you.
I think.
Yes.
I'm probably misremembering.
That's fine. I think that's close enough to get us to where I need to.
If I'm wrong, here are some phonemes so you can reconstruct my voice and make me say the correct thing. Ah, th, e, show, wap, helip, pa, t, sh, ha, ga, ba, I, e, a, u, l, I, boo. That's probably enough.
Beautiful. As you cast message, you hear a reverberating like ring, almost like feedback.
How did you do that?
What?
How did you do that?
Me?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Did you whistle when you said that?
No.
What the fuck?
I really hope that picks up on the recording.
I thought you pulled some crazy shit just now.
What did it do? What did it sound like?
Right as you snapped your fingers and said ring, it sounded like...
I'm trying it again.
Like...
Ring?
No, it literally sounded like a brief moment of feedback in my ears.
Oh, fucking awesome. I really hope that
Holy
picked up
shit.
in one of our recordings.
I hope so. Sorry, you fucking derailed me right
Jeez.
there.
Okay, yeah. You hear almost a ring of feedback. But I'm going to need you to not move.
Mhm.
He's sitting on his crinkle bed, and his crinkle bed makes some crinkle noise.
Using my one Brega Tiefling slot for good. Oh, wait, did I do that already? I think I did it already.
What level is Goodberry?
First level spell.
First level spell. And you have up to a 2-level spell. So you could use it instead of the second level spell.
I already used Spike Growth.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can I use
You can use
a
one
spell
of
slot
each.
of my own?
I don't think so.
That's okay. Don't need it. Don't need it for the...
Question. Okay, so the way the Brega thing works is you get unlimited cantrip, 1 level 1, 1 level 2.
I already used Spike Growth. I don't know if I already used Goodberry. I thought I did.
Especially if you're using it just for like the aesthetics, I'm willing to ignore that and we can call it a fuck up.
Okay.
If it turns out you've already used it. So let's cut out all of this bit and say that you cast it and then tell me what it looks like.
Okay.
This person has a name, but their stat block is a custom one called Skeleton Acolyte, which I've made.
Hmm.
I guess I shouldn't have told you that. Is that you could potentially glean things from this. But
Could I?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't fucking know.
They are a skeleton and an acolyte studying under a master of magic?
Yes, we all woke up. It would have been
Some amount of time that lines up with roughly a little bit before Roderick's first episode.
we all woke up about a year ago. We woke up about a year ago. We woke up about 2 years ago We woke up about 18 months ago. We woke up some time ago, but you were wrong. Oh my god, this cat won't get off the desk.
Do you want to know, just a quick aside, do you want to know how I came up with the name Query?
Searching?
I was just kind of, no, I was just kind of like making noises with the mouth until I found something I liked.
Oh, it's a very good name, though, for like someone who is searching for answers, isn't it?
Yeah, right?
Well, later this is going to bite me because now I've given you the idea to have Blue come charging down, and it's going to be just a favorite NPC murdering spell that, like, it shreds him like a cheese grater on contact, and I've done this now, and it's my fault. Don't write that down. Fuck you.
No, so I made the stat block for the Arcanist before we recorded, but I, for some stupid reason, didn't save it. And so, like, I don't have that. I need to make sure that I have it written that he has access to the spell I just used.
Okay.
So that I don't forget that later.
Watch, I really dodged a bullet. This dude's like a level 18 sorcerer or something.
You notice, among other things, you notice that work table that you had seen as you entered. You also notice the circle that was drawn on the ground off to the side of the sending stone with chalk and with foci and things of that nature. And you notice something that you hadn't noticed before in the shadows of, I guess they weren't really shadows. Let's say that this is on the side of the work table away from the sending stone, so the light was not getting to it, and thus it is in shadows. There we go. Beautiful.
Thanks, Ty. Explaining how shadows work. I love it.
God damn it, you cat.
Not now, Kitty. I'm getting narratively invested. Crinkle bed, cat is on the crinkle bed.
Give me a moment.
Okay, I have something wild I'm going to throw at you.
Okay, because right now for me, the things that I know would lead to either the end of the episode and or the end of the arc all involve you fucking up some way.
Oh.
And I don't, and the thing is, like, you have not fucked up at any point.
Oh, I can't believe I rolled a 19 and then my advantage gave me a fucking 1.
And that's so to be fair, that's not technically how it works. Like, the advantage doesn't overrule. You still have the 19.
I know, which is a 26, but you got a nat 20.
Yeah.